Hi guys, it's a while since I did an unlisted eating disorder video, so I thought I would record one now and give you guys a little bit of a life update. Just before I do that, for anyone watching this in the future, as with all my unlisted videos, when they initially go out, they are only viewable by people who have specifically asked to be on a list to view them. If you see comments and this video has suddenly appeared as a new upload and you're wondering where on earth it came from, it's because it was unlisted and I've now chosen to make it public. This is something I may do with all my unlisted videos in the future, although so far I've only done it with the very first one, which was all about my eating disorder diagnosis. If you have recently joined the unlisted video list, there should be a link at the end of this to the unlisted video playlist where you'll be able to find all of my previous unlisted videos. Right, now that I've confused the hell out of everyone, including myself with that, on to the topic of today's video, life update. I haven't been posting a lot of eating disorder or mental health related content recently, and there's a few reasons for this. Firstly, I do have my Eat Out With Me series, which I tend to put out on a Wednesday, but if I record a vlog, I also put that out on a Wednesday, and I keep Sunday uploads for my main food-related content. So I have been doing so much vlogging recently that the Eat With Me videos I've just been getting pushed further and further back. And that's another thing that has been stopping me from making the content: time. I've been working on my Halloween content, not just that series, but other videos that are coming up for October. I've had a lot of editing to do, and much as I like editing, I tend to do it in short bursts, and certainly for my Halloween week-long series videos, most of them were over an hour of raw footage, and to edit that down along with all the various images that I've inserted and music and stuff like that, it does take a very long time, and then I rewatch the whole thing to make sure I'm happy with it before I upload it. I've also got my podcast series 2 going on at the moment, so most of the eating disorder stuff I've had ideas for have been channeled into my podcast, and I don't want my YouTube unlisted videos to just be me regurgitating things I've talked about on the podcast. I've also been working on a video series around PMDD, and that's been a lot of the times when I would come and talk about things in an unlisted video, I've been filming it for that video instead, and I'm going to say a bit more about that in a minute. I have some 24 hours eating videos coming up, and the ideas I have for them, they're more like mini movies than videos. I'm really putting a lot of effort into them, and it's because that's what I love doing. I love creating, and then I love the editing and putting it all together and making something I can be really proud of. But it does take an awful lot of time, both in planning, filming and editing. The next Wednesday video after this video you're currently watching will be an Eat Out With Me video, because I haven't put one up for such a long time, and I know that some of you guys do find them really helpful. Another reason is something I touched on in my most recent vlog, which I know not everyone watching this will have seen, but I mentioned a relative in palliative care. Now, she is not currently at death's door or anything like that, but events keep happening which land her in hospital, and when that happens there's a lot of stress and emotions to deal with, not just mine but supporting my parents as well. And then there is another reason, which is probably the biggest reason, and it's why there haven't been any live chats going on for the last couple of weeks, and that is my PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I have been in a really bad place mentally, and my eating disorder has gone nuts, and my eating is a complete mess. I am still in recovery and still promoting eating disorder recovery, but I am struggling at the moment. And I know that when you have a recovery account, it's important to be open about the struggles you have, because otherwise you give a false impression of a really smooth and easy recovery. I do hope to bring back the Friday night live chats from next week. The eating disorder unlisted live chats I'm going to put on the shelf for the moment, partly because of time, but also the two that I've managed to successfully set up, because I know there've been a couple of attempts where people haven't been able to get into the chat room. They haven't been well attended, so I'm going to shelve the idea, and perhaps if I have a bigger following in the future and there's more interest, it's something I might revisit. And I'm not saying that it's the fault of you guys for not turning up. There's no obligation on anybody to turn up to any of my chat sessions, but if they're not being attended, then they're not useful for you guys, and there's not a lot of point in continuing to do something that people aren't finding helpful. But it is an idea that I'll revisit in the future, and everyone is welcome to come to my public chats on Fridays. I'm recording a video with the working title of my PMDD diary. Basically, I have, for the last month, anytime I have noticed a change in my behaviour or my emotions or physically, I have been jumping on camera and talking about it. It does mean I have been extremely open and vulnerable in a way I am not usually on camera. And I'm not sure if it will actually be helpful to people to see it or not. The final video will probably be about an hour long. Now, I haven't finished it, but I should be finishing it next week, and I've been editing it as I go along, so once it's finished it will not take much time to get it uploaded. And if anyone watching this video would be willing to watch that PMDD diary before I put it out for everyone to see and give me an honest opinion on it, that would be very much appreciated. It could be that you think it's too long, it should be broken into sections, it's not relevant, it's not helpful, or it's triggering. And I want people to watch it who feel they could say to me, look, Kaz, this is not a good idea. Don't be afraid to say that to me, because that's what I'm asking for. I don't want to put out content that could trigger people or be harmful in any way. Equally, I don't want to put something out if it just makes me look pathetic, which I feel this video might. If you would be willing to watch it and give me an opinion, please send an email to kazlovescakes@gmail.com. You just need to put PMDD as the subject. You don't need to write anything in the email, and I will send you a link to watch it once it goes up. You don't have to watch it right away. You know, it's going to be a long video. You may not watch it all in one sitting, but if you do take, a couple of weeks to get back to me, that's absolutely fine. So I do need to say that the PMDD video does have trigger warnings for discussions of binging, purging, restricting, self-harm, and suicidal ideation. That is as in-depth as I go on those topics. For example, I say I have urges to harm myself. I don't give any further information than that, because that is not necessary. But if I'm asking people to watch the video and give me an opinion, I need to make you aware that that type of content is included in the video, so that if it's potentially going to be unhelpful for you or trigger you, you're aware of that. If you start watching it and you don't want to continue watching it because you're finding it triggering, tell me that. Let me know. I've definitely talked for far too long and I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for watching. Thank you in advance to anyone who volunteers to watch the PMDD diary video. But for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Eat With Me will be out on Wednesday if you want to tune in for that. And yeah, take care and thank you for watching. Bye.